Right now it's clearly still winter time, but soon all of the snow is going to melt and spring will be here before we know it. Early spring is a time when many people love to go chasing waterfalls, especially on the north shore of Minnesota's Lake Superior. I'm going to share 7 of my favorite waterfalls on the north shore of Lake Superior, and I'm going to share them in order, starting from the one closest to Duluth, working our way all the way towards Grand Portage on the Canadian border. All year round, these waterfalls are gorgeous. I don't have a lot of footage from springtime, but I don't want to wait for spring to show you these incredible waterfalls because I want you to be able to plan your waterfall trip now. This video is meant to be a resource for anybody planning their spring waterfall vacation on the North Shore. The first waterfall I'm going to talk about is Gooseberry Falls. This one's incredibly popular. So there's often a lot of people there. There are the upper falls, the middle falls, and the lower falls. It's worth checking them all out. The lower falls is probably the most popular, and that one's pretty accessible. It's not a super far hike to get to it. Gooseberry Falls also has a cool gift shop, and it's a nice like rest stop area to hang out. It's a state park, so you can camp there as well, but a cool place to check out year-round. The next waterfall I'm going to talk about is Split Rock Falls, which is at the Split Rock State Park. Most people know the Split Rock State Park for the Split Rock Lighthouse. It's a very famous place to go check out. The waterfall there is a 20-foot waterfall, very pretty, and you can hike in from the state park. The third waterfall that you should check out on your way up the North Shore is the High Falls at Teddigooch State Park. This waterfall took me a long time to go check out. I knew it was there and didn't go do it because I knew it was a little bit longer of a hike. Usually when I'm heading up the North Shore, I'm going to the Gunflint Trail and I don't stop. Once I did this one, I was so thankful that I checked it out. This waterfall is gorgeous, 100% worth it, and the whole park is cool in itself, so maybe a cool place to camp out at a state park as well, right on Lake Superior. The next waterfall is actually my favorite. So Caribou Falls on the North Shore is I just love it. My first time going to the waterfall was when I was pretty young, and then I had the picture of this waterfall in my head and knew that I loved it, but I couldn't remember where it was, and recently found it again in my adult life. So I'm spreading the word. It's a really cool waterfall. It used to be very, very quiet, but it's gaining in popularity because it's gorgeous. Caribou Falls is a little hike up to the falls. You kind of hike along the river, and then it gets a little bit steep at the end, but worth it. Definitely check it out. Cross River Falls is a gorgeous waterfall that actually goes like right underneath Highway 61. If you're not even looking for this waterfall, you've probably seen it if you've driven up the North Shore before, because when you're driving north, or when you're driving towards Grand Portage, Grand Marais on Highway 61 from Duluth, it's on the left-hand side of the road, and it just trickles down. It's really pretty. It's right by Schroeder, Minnesota, which is a tiny little town on 61 right on the shores of Lake Superior, and Schroeder has a bakery. Schroeder has a little heritage center. It's a cute little place to stop. They have good malts right by the waterfall. I think you can hike up and check out other falls up and down from the falls right by the road. I've never done that, but I like to stop and check out the one that you can just see from the road. So this next one I've talked about a lot on my YouTube channel. Cascade Falls is a really cool waterfall just because it feels like a fairy tale setting. I haven't been to that one in the spring yet, but I have been there in the summer and it's pretty, so I'm assuming in the spring it's just gorgeous and overflowing with water. You can hike up to Cascade Falls from Highway 61. It's a little stop on the road. You can park right on the road on Highway 61 and hike up maybe 10 minutes to check out the first fall. There are more falls as well if you want to keep on hiking, but I always go to that first one especially just because it's quick. It's an easy stop when you're driving. Even if you're not doing a waterfall tour of the North Shore, this one would be a good one to check out. So the final waterfall that you need to check out on your North Shore's waterfall vacation is the Grand Portage waterfalls. There are a couple at Grand Portage State Park, but especially High Falls on the Pigeon River. I love that waterfall. It's 120 feet about, and it's an international waterfall, so it's right on the border of Canada and Minnesota. It's really pretty any time of year. In the summertime, this waterfall is accessible by wheelchair. In the wintertime, with the snow and ice on the path, I would say probably not. But it's a cool spot to go check out year round. There's Middle Falls. You can hike out to the other cool places as well. But definitely a highlight of the North Shore. If you have never made your way all the way up to Grand Portage because it's just a little bit farther than where you stopped in Grand Marais or Lutsen or whatever, I highly recommend checking it out next time. I think it's worth it. Grand Portage is just a beautiful area. There are other hikes there as well. Mount Josephine, I made a video going there. And there are other hikes too, so definitely a cool place to check out. You guys, there are so many more waterfalls on the North Shore. Some that you don't hear about aren't at state parks. They're just kind of out there. If you go and explore, you'll find that there are so many waterfalls because all of the waterways are leading down into Lake Superior. So go exploring, check it out. Go to the places that you haven't heard of elsewhere. These are just a few spots to get you started on your next trip. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if it's helpful, and I really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. I guess have fun chasing waterfalls, guys. Thanks again for watching my videos. Bye!